welcome to another yoga class with Jackie. We're going to do another 30-minute session. That way you can come to the mat, take 30 minutes, stretch, unwind, clear your mind, move your body. Hopefully it helps to relieve any stress or tension from the day's things that are going on. Grab your mat, blocks if you have it, blanket would be awesome, and we'll see you there in a second. Go ahead and come onto your mat. Find yourself in a tabletop position. Blanket underneath the knees can be very helpful. Knees underneath the hips, hands spread wide. Go ahead and press all your fingertips into the mat, tops of the feet down, belly button up and in. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Find a nice long spine. Gaze is just in front of you. Keep the neck nice and long. Head, the crown of the head is pressing towards the front of the mat, so kind of forward up front of you. From here, let's inhale, let the belly soften, lift the gaze for cow. Exhale, hold the belly button up and in, round the spine, tuck the chin, press the earth away for cat. Inhale, softens, lifts, exhale, rounds, and stretch. Two more, inhale, and exhale. One more. And then gently coming back to your tabletop position again. Let's go the opposite direction. Let's this time inhale, let's curl our back, arch like a cat. Arch, breathe into the back body. Exhale as you let the belly soften, lift the gaze. Inhale, breathing into the back body, arch and tuck the chin. Exhale, softens the belly, lifts the gaze. Inhale here. Exhale as you soften. One more. Beautiful. Just kind of wiggle up the spine a little bit. Relax the shoulders. Let's go ahead and open our knees as wide as the mat. Let the toes touch. Bring our sit bones back towards our heels. Let's let our chest come down, let the forehead release. You can even stack your hands or place a block or blanket underneath. Relax the shoulders. Just feel everything sinking down deep in through the hips. Breathe in. And then lifting the chest up, walk the hands to the outside of the mat, and let's let our chest come back down for a side bend in a child's pose. Feeling the stretch from the left hip, the ribs, the shoulders. Breathing in deeply. Inhale. Exhale, crawl all across the mat over to the left, sinking everything down. And a nice big stretch on the right side, the right hip, the ribs, the shoulders, the arms. One more breath. And breathe it all the way back to center. Bringing those knees underneath. Let's go ahead and move that blanket off to the side for a moment. And then go ahead and take your toes and tuck them under. Spread those toes nice and wide. And then if this is too much to come back, it's too far, take that blanket and place it on the top of the calf, between the thighs and the calf. So you're going to come back here. You can stay with the hands down if it's too much for the toes. Go ahead and lift the chest, relax the shoulders. Reach the right arm out in front of you. Take the left hand, cross the right arm over, and just find a nice shoulder stretch. Big inhale. And exhale, releasing. And left arm across. Right arm kind of bends and pulls that in. One more breath. And release. Hopefully it made you forget about your toes a little bit. Go ahead and move that blanket there. Untuck the toes. Tap them out. You've got it. All right, spread those fingers wide. Bring those knees back a little bit so you have more space. Your hands are not directly underneath the shoulders. And then let's tuck those toes under for a moment. Pull that belly button up and in. You're going to weight the spine nice and long and stack the shoulders. If your shoulders are going in front of your wrist, bring those wrists out in front of you just a little bit more. So find it where you're just stacking belly button nice and long, tailbone down towards the spine, towards the heels, and bending the elbows all the way down. Untuck the toes, let the tops of the feet come to the mat. Press the tops of the feet, knees lift. Inhale for a cobra. Should be able to float the hands away, shoulder blades pressing in, belly button up and in, and release. Tucking those toes, roll over knees, lift the hips, first downward dog. Bend the right knee, let the left leg straighten. Bend the left knee, right leg straighten, and just walk it back and forth, just stretching out the first dog here. Letting go of any tension today. Noticing how you feel. Each day is going to be a little different, depending on what we did, how we sat, what exercises we did or didn't do. To release any tension, one more breath. And find some stillness here. Can you bend the knees deeply so you're hovering over the floor? Can you feel the tailbone sinking, like kind of tilting up towards the ceiling? Pressing into the hands, start to straighten the legs and let the heels come down. Find a nice big inverted V. Shoulder blades come away from the ears, shoulder blades slide down the back. And then rise high to the ball of your feet. Bend your knees, look towards your going, and walk your feet to the front of the mat. Once you get here, generous bend in the knees. Maybe you grab opposite elbows. Take a nice forward fold. Let the head hang, shake it yes or no. Maybe you sway side to side. Letting go of the day. And let the hands come down to the mat, pressing into the floor. If you look down at your feet and you lift and spread the toes, you want the ball of the big toe, ball of the pinky toe, the middle of the heel. Those 3 points are your rooting, your connection. That's going to give you a lot of stability. Pressing into those 3 points, roll it on up. One vertebrae at a time. Shoulders shrug up, back and down a few times. And we're going to find our Tadasana mountain pose. And tailbone is still going down towards the heels. The pelvic points are up in towards the spine. Shoulders are relaxed. Chin is down just a little, crown of the head up. From here, inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, hands slide up the shins, back is flat. Exhale, plant the hands. Step the right foot back, finding a runner's lunge. If you have blocks, you're welcome to use that here. That blocks will just lift you up a little bit higher. If you don't have blocks, no worries, just keep your fingertips. You can even find books or something, boxes. And then keep that left knee bent. Let that right heel come back behind you. Nice long spine, gaze is in front, shoulders down the back. And then bend that back knee and press it all the way up, rising all the way up for a high lunge. Make sure you have enough space between the feet, not too much, not too little, just enough to where you can bend that left knee. And then straighten that right leg and relax the shoulders. You can always take cactus arms if you need to. Shoulders bother you, hands come to the hips. Let's bring our hands into a fist. We're going to inhale. As we exhale, we're going to bend the elbows, bringing them into our rib cage. Left knee stays bent as the right knee dips down. Inhale, straightens the right leg, reaches up. Exhale, elbows in, right knee bends. Inhale, left knee stays bent, reach the arms up. Exhale, dips it down, reach. Stretch that all the way forward. Hands down to the mat, runner's lunge. Go ahead and Take that foot, bump it up and out, spin that back heel down, bend that left knee, rise up for your warrior one. Relax the shoulders. Big breath in. Let's bring our hands to heart center. Let's spin our chest towards our bent knee, so our left knee. We're opening up just the rib cage. And then from here, you can stay or open up the left arm behind you. Right arm reaches out in front. Inhale, brings it back to center. Exhale, spins the chest towards the left side. Open up the arms. One more time. Inhale, brings it back to center. Exhale, rotate the rib cage and open up the arms. Take this left hand, wrap it behind you towards that right hip. And maybe you stay there or reach that right arm up and back. This left hand can even reach towards the top of that right thigh. One more breath. And bring both hands down to the mat. Spin to the ball of the back foot. Step it on back. I'm going to go through what's called a vinyasa. So you're going to wave, spine nice and long. If you're ready for up dog, go ahead and keep the knees lifted. Otherwise, lower down through your chaturanga push-up. Upward dog or cobra. Down dog. Deep breath here. Rising high to the ball of your feet. Bend your knees, look where you're going. Walk or float to the front of the mat. Inhale the half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle. Arms all the way up overhead. Hands to heart center. And hands release to mountain pose. Taking your breath, your connection. From here, let's reach the arms up and overhead. Catch the left wrist with the right hand. Reach and stretch up and tip over to the right. Keep the right foot planted equally as the left. Can you let the left hip move over to the left a little bit? Your gaze can be down at the floor, forward or up. Nice little side stretch here, a little arch. And all the way back up. Catch the right wrist with the left hand and reach it up. And over towards the left. Keep pressing into both feet. Maybe the right hip dips out a little bit. Gaze can be where it's comfortable for your neck. One more breath. And all the way back up. Inhale here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Take a big step back, this time with the left foot in your runner's lunge. Remember, you can grab the blocks if you need the blocks here. If you don't have them, fingertips down to the mat. Right knee bends. Left leg is straight. Relax the shoulders. Find that connection here. Find that strength. Beautiful. And then from here, start to bend that left knee. Go ahead and press into both feet as you rise all the way up for that high lunge. Can you tilt the pelvis up a little bit? Start to straighten that left leg. Right knee bends. Hands in a fist, inhale. Exhale, rib cage. Knee dips down if it's healthy. Inhale it up. Exhale, breathe in, fist of fire. Inhale it up. Exhale, breathe in. Shoot those arms forward, straighten that leg. Left hand comes down to the mat or a block. Right hand reaches up. Maybe you take that little bind, opening up the shoulders. One more breath. And both hands reach down to the mat. Take that left foot, bump it up and out a little bit, spin that heel. Press into the mat, rise on up for your warrior one. Relax the shoulders. Bring your hands to heart center. Right knee stays bent over the ankle. I'm going to turn this direction for you. And you're going to rotate the rib cage. And then if it feels okay, right arm reaches back, left arm reaches forward. Inhale back to center. Exhale, spin the rib cage. Right arm back, left arm forward. Inhale back to center. Exhale, rib cage twist. right arm back, left arm forward. You can stay here. The right hand can find the left thigh or wrap behind the back at the top of that hip, and the left can reach all the way back. Big breath into the belly. Exhale, bring both hands down to the mat, step it back. This is your vinyasa. So wave through your plank. Find your upward dog or cobra of choice. And downward dog. Big breath. 2 more. 1. Extend the right leg into the sky. Knee to nose 1 time. Inhale, extend. Exhale, step it forward towards that right thumb. Spin that back heel down. We're coming into triangle. You're welcome to use that block on the outside of that right foot. Straighten that right leg. Lift the chest. Reach that left arm. So make sure that that right leg is not locked out. You want to feel like you're lifting up as much as you're reaching down. So even if you're coming to your fingertips, your shin, your thigh. Beautiful. 1 more breath here. And then finding your left hand, reaching back, tipping that right arm up and back for that revolved triangle. And reaching that right arm back forward, left hand on the hip. Bend that right knee. If you have your block, great. If not, just find your fingertips on the floor. Reach the arm out in front of you a little bit. Take a little step, hop forward with that left foot. We're going to balance half moon. So press all 3 points of that right foot into the floor. You're going to spin your hips open. Your toes are going to point ahead. Heel is kicking away. That leg is nice and strong. So once you feel stable here, left arm can reach up high. You can spin the chest. Gaze can be at the floor in front of you or up towards your fingers. You can even float this, whoops. You can even float this right hand away if you want to have a little bit more challenge. And if your hips feel warmed up, can you bend that left foot and grab a hold of it and kick that foot into the hand. 1 more breath. And then we're going to unwind. So let that foot come next to the other foot. Take a nice big forward fold. Wiggle out the hips here. Beautiful. Let's open our feet as wide as our mat. Bring our toes open more than our heels. And then come to nice flat back. Start to bend the knees. Sit the sit bones back. Maybe your hands rest onto the tops of your thighs. Maybe you can come down all the way to our Yogi Squamalasana. If you are here, your elbows press to the inner thighs, palms together. So equally feel like your legs are squeezing in as much as your arms are squeezing out. You don't have to be down this far. Listen to what your body, what your knees are telling you. 1 more breath. And then come all the way back up, reach. Hands to heart center. Feet back to hip distance. Find your mountain pose. Big breath here. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back. Find your downward dog here. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Connecting to your breath. Left leg extends. Knee to nose 1 time underneath. Left extends. Steps all the way through towards that left thumb. Beautiful. And then go ahead and spin that back heel down. Remember, if you have your block, go ahead and place your block on the outside of the left ankle. Start to straighten that left leg. Reach that right arm up. So if I'm on the floor and I can't straighten my chest up, then I want to bring my hand up to my shin, a block, or even my thigh. So you want to avoid your kneecap. Just find where you can feel equally stretching. Both feet are engaged. This knee is not locked out. You feel the engagement in the thighs. Chest is spinning open. Feel a nice space between both sides of the rib cage. Maybe this hand floats out. Beautiful. One more breath. All right. Relax. The hand back down. Hand to your hip. Start to bring your hand to the floor to a block. Step that right foot up a little bit. And then press into the left foot as you lift the right leg. Open up the hips. Toes are pointing forward. Heel is kicking away. And this right arm can reach up. And once again, you can play with that balance with the fingertips on the blocks, floating away. One more breath here. And fold it all in. Hang it forward. Forward fold. Take a breath. Shake it out. Let it go. And inhale as you reach all the way up into your heart center. Relax the shoulders. Beautiful. Let's open our feet as wide as the mat. Or even just stand on the long way. So you want to make sure you have a nice wide stance. So I'm going to stand the long distance on my mat. I'm going to open my toes. Where my knees go, my toes are going to go. I'm going to come into goddess pose. So you're going to find the hip points up and in as you start to bend the knees. So just find a nice little bend here. When you're ready, hold it. Maybe you feel the tailbone sinking down. Arms can reach up and find this goddess pose. Relax the shoulders. You come up as you need to, back into it as you can. Maybe the right heel lifts up, and we'll pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5. Heel down. You got this. Left heel up, and we'll pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, and heel down. If you need a break, come out, come back in. Maybe both heels up this time, and pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels down, legs reach straight, reach up, and hands down to your side. Let's go ahead and spin our toes towards the front, heels open just a little bit more. You can take this forward fold with a flat back, or interlace the fingers behind your back, opening up the front of the chest. Big inhale. Exhale, keeping the thighs nice and long. Trying not to lock out the knees. Hinging forward at the hips. Letting the head come down. This is too much with the arms up. Bring the hands to the floor or block. Maybe you sway the shoulders side to side. Can you feel the legs engaging, the lower back releasing, the head? And let's release the hands to the mat. Nice long spine, half lift. Beautiful. Bring the heels in again and have a little bit closer. Let's start to bring the sit bones down and find that yogi squat, your Virabhadrasana. Beautiful. Release any tension here. Your tailbone is sinking down heavy. Remember, you can come up higher with knees bent, hands onto the thighs. 2 more breaths. press into the feet, rise all the way up. And front of the mat, mountain pose. Releasing this tension. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, in, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step or float it back. Wave your spine long. Lower down through your chaturanga. Upward dog or cobra. Downward dog. 3 breaths. Knees come down to the mat. Bring our forearms down. Place your hands onto your biceps. Spin your hands open, pressing the palms down. You can even interlace the fingers, untuck the pinkies. And let's bring our knees back just a little bit. We're going to go into a little dolphin pose. So tuck the toes under. Press the forearms firmly into the mat. Look forward a little bit towards your thumbs. And maybe you just lift the glutes and the knees up off just a little bit. If you feel okay here, lift it up a little bit higher. And you're finding that little V. So your forearms are on the mat, your hips are lifted like downward dog. This is dolphin. Only if it feels okay with the shoulders, you can walk the feet forward a little bit. Starting to stack your shoulders over your elbows. And then from here, if you'd like a little bit more challenge, lift the left leg up. If you want more challenge, bend the right knee and float that up so you're kind of hopping. 4, 5, not have to. Bring that foot down. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Maybe this right leg lifts up. You can always bring that knee back down when you need to. Maybe you bend the left knee and hop. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Foot comes down, knees come down. Untuck the toes, bring those hands behind towards your feet. Shoulders straight. Rock your forehead side to side. Wiggle out those hips. Feel that heartbeat start to slow down. One more. And then sit off to the left or the right. As you come up, extend the legs. Shake it on out. Nice long spine. Find those sit bones. Extend those legs nice and long. Toes are flexing back towards you as the ball of the feet are pressing away. And then we're going to feel like we're hinging forward from the hip flexors. Inhale. Exhale, hinging it forward. Walking the hands. Maybe they rest onto the shins. Maybe they find the blocks. Your spine is nice and long. So if this feels good to stretch out the legs and the glutes, you can stay here. If you want more of a restorative, you can round the spine and let the forehead come down towards the knee. And just notice what feels good for you today. Releasing any tension that you have left. Getting close to coming down for Shavasana. Finding 3 more breaths here. Gently rounding the spine up, relaxing the shoulders. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and come on down to our back. Let's go ahead and bring our knees into the chest. And then just rock it side to side. Release that lower back. the left foot comes down, right knee stays in, interlace your fingers, hands on the front of the shin, and bring it to the outside of the rib cage, hug it in. This left leg can stay bent, or you can extend it nice and long onto the floor. Squeeze that in on the outside of the rib cage towards the armpit there. One more breath. And release that foot down to the mat. Left knee comes into the chest. Interlace the fingers, bring it to the outside of the rib cage. Squeeze it in nice and tight. This right leg foot can stay on the mat, or you can extend it nice and long. Make sure it's not pressing into the ribs. It goes to the outside. One more breath. And bring both knees up to the chest. Option here is just to have your hands on your shins, or maybe you curl up into a little ball. Wrap your hands around. Maybe you wrap so much that your elbows can bend, so you're wrapping your hands around the outside of your elbows. Squeeze it there. Can you let the head come all the way back down and feel like the tailbone wants to come back down too? A nice big squeeze. And then from here, release the feet to the mat. Option to take full Shavasana, which is extending the legs nice and long. Arms to the side. Feet as wide as the mat. Knees in towards each other. Arms can be at the side or resting on the rib cage and the belly. Legs up the wall, whatever is calling for you right now. And take this time to take 3 good breaths. So take an inhale through the nose, exhale out the mouth. Just take a big inhale, exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. One more. And you can stay here as long as you like, finding that rest, relaxation, letting go of any stress that you've had from your day. A little bit more tension released. And I hope this helped just a little bit. And I look forward to the day when we have our yoga studio back open again. Check out all the other classes on the Wellness Center on YouTube, Facebook. The YouTube channel I think is also Goodyear Yoga. So take as many classes as you can. I hope to see you soon. We miss you, and thank you so much.